To the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is KDX Gaming. Right above me, we have the Canadian Cue Ball, Monsterous Rage, and the living emoji, Angry Iceberg. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit of Destiny, a little bit of E3, a little bit of MOBAs, and a little bit of microtransactions and free-to-play games. But today, we are starting out with a popular topic, and that's E3. E3 is actually coming quite around the corner. It's going to be in a few months. But kind of want to brush up on what we might want to see from E3, either games, tech, or whatnot. What are you expecting to see, and what are you really hoping to see? We'll go and start with Monsterous Rage.
Well, obviously, the big thing that's going to be at E3 this year is going to be Nintendo Next. They're definitely not going to have a Nintendo Direct this year. They're going to have a press conference right at the show. It'd be stupid for them to do anything other than that because they want to show off the system. They want to get that audience really excited for it because it's going to be releasing sometime in November. Don't know when that date's going to be, but I'm sure E3 is going to announce it. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm excited for. I want to see what Nintendo has, to be comparable to the Xbox and the PlayStation. So that's my main focus on E3. Everything else, I mean, I'm excited for quite a few things, but that's my main focus. I want to see what that's all about. If I was to go with games, Kingdom Hearts 3, they need to put a release date. I have a feeling that's what's going to be announced at E3. Sequel to Red Dead Redemption, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh, throw on that tinfoil hat.
There's obviously going to be some Mass Effect Andromeda stuff in there. Beyond Good and Evil 2. I don't know if anybody's a fan of Beyond Good and Evil.
I could see
but
that.
I'm seeing that popping up. I mean, I'm not super excited about it, but I would like to see if there's some sort of campaign element to Titanfall 2. So I'm going to be watching for that. Recore for Microsoft, they really need to step up their game because they're losing in the market right now. And Recore might be something that'll grabs people's interest, new IP. And Angry, I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of hearing about Cuphead. I'd like to know when it's being released. So let's have that happen at E3. And then the last thing that I can think of that I'm excited about is the new Zelda game. Whether that's going to be still on the Wii U or they're going to be bringing that forward to the Nintendo Next. I'm looking forward to that. For I know there's a lot of you out there. And Destiny 2. Destiny 2.
I don't think
that
we're
old
going to see
game?
any announcements for that at E3, honestly. I think we'll see a trailer for it and maybe some story reveal, but I don't think we're going to hear a day because it's just way too soon for Bungie to release that yet. Because it's supposed to be coming out, I believe, the end of this year, towards the end of fall, early winter this year.
Okay. All right. Well, let's clarify what we're talking about here. Okay, what you're talking about, KDX, is the fall DLC. What Monsters Rage is talking about is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is going to be
next year,
in 2017. So,
that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Some trailer or something right at the end of a Bungie conference. Right at the end of it.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to see anything about Destiny 2. I really don't. I think if anything, they're going to talk about the fall DLC. I think that right now, honestly, the content is too much in flux for a number of different reasons. We've already seen. I don't know if you guys realize, but there was one of their head story guys left the company, left Bungie after 13 years with the company. What that means, who knows? Who knows what that exactly means? But I can't imagine it's good. So no. Yeah, I mean, we're not. Go ahead.
No, that happened with Destiny 1 before its release, and they delayed it a year, and they segmented the game, and it's kind of well known that it's because a lot of the story elements had to be taken out and repurposed for the game. Do you actually see that happening with Destiny 2 now?
No, I think well they brought in they had brought in a new lead writer to begin with, and I mean it's hard to say what the problem is. I mean it could be just an internal conflict. It could be as simple as an internal conflict. He wasn't, maybe he wasn't happy with the direction that the new story was taking, or that the new person was taking, and maybe it could be just that simple.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that Destiny 2 is like unblemished and whatnot. Somebody's echoing, I think. I don't know who
I'm
it
getting
is.
that too. I'm hearing it too. So if Monsterous Rage, if you're not hearing it,
Could it be me? Could it be
Could
me?
be you.
it could be you.
But some things. What else are you looking forward to at E3 Iceberg?
Yeah, I think we talked about Cuphead. I think that we're going to see a little bit more of what's actually going to be coming out this fall, because there's obviously going to be a lot of stuff that we haven't even heard of that's going to be coming out. What's the next what's the next Call of Duty? Obviously, I'm not really looking forward to that, but whatever. It's interesting to see exactly what that's going to entail. Really VR is what I'm going to be interested in. What the future of VR is and what's coming down the pipeline in that respect. And not that I'm really super overly interested in VR as a platform, because I have no intention of picking it up right now, but it'll be interesting to see where that technology is going. And Cuphead, of course, like Monsterous Rage said, Cuphead's a big one. Crackdown 3, I'm really super excited for, so I want to see some more Crackdown 3. And then, dear Lord, please, Half-Life 3, please.
No.
Half-Life 3.
You're
I mean, come on. I mean, let's be honest here. That's that's what I'm looking for. But I know it's not coming. I know it's not going to happen. But a guy can dream. A guy can dream.
We need to have a loading screen
sitting on your deathbed.
Yeah, we need to have a loading screen betting poll for when that's coming out.
Oh man. Well,
I'll put $100 on never.
On never.
Hold on, I wanted that bet.
Monsters Rage
Guys
hate me.
Such
But
dream killers.
But for E3, I'm actually expecting a few things. One of the main things I'm expecting at E3 is No Man's Sky DLC. Now, No Man's Sky is going to be released right before E3. So I'm actually expecting them to kind of make some DLC announcements or some add-on announcements.
Wait, what's the date for E3 this year?
I believe isn't it in July this year?
It's usually the beginning of June.
I think it's June 7th and 8th.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, so it's right before the release of No Man's Sky. Still looking forward to maybe some DLC announcements then. That way people can go ahead and get like season passes and whatnot. Looking forward to a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date. If they don't do it this year, I'm really concerned about the IP at that point, because if they do not release anything for Kingdom Hearts 3, that title's in trouble. It's been 2 years since we heard anything?
3 years. 3 years since the original trailer, or it's coming. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. Is this going to be another Last Guardian scenario? Like,
yeah,
eventually people are just not going to care. And not only that, but the franchises that they're using with the Disney content is going to be outdated by the time they put it out.
Yeah, if we don't see anything this year, I would probably consider the development has failed, or they're restructuring, and they don't know what to do or what to make of it right now. E3, I'm also looking forward to a lot of shooter games. I'm looking forward to Titanfall 2, getting some more love at E3. Wearing my Titanfall shirt because of it. Gotta love Titanfall, and I'm hoping that we see a lot from Titanfall in E3. Let's see, what else am I looking forward to E3? The Nintendo NX, possibly Xbox hardware. I know it's a little bit soon for that, but there has been things going around there's been slim talk where they're going to be producing an Xbox One Slim version. So that'll be fun. PS 4.5 will definitely be there. They're going to be doing a showcase on that more than likely. And in VR, like Angry Iceberg said, I want to see more of HoloLens more than anything else. The PS4 VR doesn't have my interest anymore. Oculus does not have my interest anymore. I want to see more of the augmented reality of the HoloLens. Because I think as a streamer, you could actually stream with HoloLens besides streaming compared to VR. We've already had that discussion, but
Yeah.
E3
that's
is
the
June
problem with
14th through 16th. Don't know if they determine if we determined that during the podcast. So okay, so it's E3.
Thank you, BG. Thank you,
June
BG.
14th through
Confirmed.
16th. So there we go. I believe. Oh wait, No Man's Sky is due the 12th, I believe. So it's right before E3.
Was it 12th or was it 21st?
Yeah, I thought it was later in the month. Wow.
I thought it was the
Our
21st.
facts, people. Our facts.
Wow. I was part of the freaking research team for that. So. Okay. It is the 21st.
There you go.
So 21st.
Hey, we did have the right facts, just not the right person.
Yeah, right, not the right person at all. Yep, go ahead.
I was right about something. Score.
Yeah, Angry is right about one thing. Let's throw him a ticker tape parade.
Let's do it. I'm up for it, man. Let's go.
Yeah, confetti and
Make it happen.
fallen titans at your feet.
I can bring confetti in.
I'll bring the titans. And yeah, I really want to see what E3 does have to offer. We're definitely going to be getting some kind of Call of Duty announcement because they can't go to E3 without announcing something. Activision's going to be lining their pockets all E3 long. We already know that's going to happen. We're going to get the sports titles, the reveal for the new sports titles and whatnot, which is basically the graphical update. And I think that's about it, but we might see a lot of brand new IPs coming in, especially from the indie market, since the indie market did so well last year. I think we're going to see another resurgence this year. And I hope that both Microsoft and Sony decide to go ahead and put the indies on stage and let them showcase what they've got. Other than that, I don't know what else could possibly come in. Half-Life 3, no thank you, it's not coming.
Well, there's a lot of games that are going to be talked about, like Horizon and all that stuff. But
yeah,
the stuff that I'm more excited about is the stuff that people aren't talking about. We all know that there's going to be content out there that's going to be discussed. The popular stuff. It's the less known stuff that I'm really curious about.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, and we're going to be talking about Battleborn. If you guys are not familiar with what Battleborn is, it's Gearbox's new idea of an MMO. It has the art style of a Borderlands, but the feel of a shooter MOBA. And just asking the room, do you guys see it having a long longevity as far as MOBA goes, or do you think the Borderlands 2 community is really going to push this game and make it so where it's very viable in Twitch, or for purchase no matter what it is? We'll go ahead and start with Angry Iceberg.
Well, I think it really just comes down. I mean, I watched a little bit of it, but I think it really just kind of comes down to, what direction that game takes as far as competitive, the competitive scene, whether, that scene kind of, picks it up and runs with it. It's hard to say. I mean, it's coming into a very difficult, market. The MOBA market is very well controlled by a couple different ones, and but it's also a different style. But then again, you look at other MOBAs that try to break into the market that aren't doing super great. I mean, I'm not saying they're doing bad, but I mean, like, your Smite and whatnot. It's a different experience. I mean, your top MOBAs are free to play, so
yeah.
There's that. I think. It's definitely the graphical style is there, but when you have very stiff competition, it's going to be a very tough market to crack. And not to say it couldn't, but it's just going to be very hard for it.
Yeah, I somewhat feel the same way. Monsterous Rage.
I think out of the stuff that's coming out recently, it has the most chance for success. They have quite a variety of characters, and the way that they're designing this game isn't based on you just grinding through one character and leveling them up to max. You're going to level up each character on each map to its max level. They've got, I don't know, 25 characters right now that are going to be upon release, and they all have their own unique style of play. So there's definitely a lot of variety in there. I can see the matches being very uh, difficult to conquer, easy to kind of understand. Because of the variety of characters, you never are going to be in a situation where you're fighting the same scenario twice.
Right.
So I see that being a benefit to it. And yeah, the graphic style of it looking, very cartoony. That's going to appeal to a lot of audience, me included. Absolutely love the way they're going with the graphic style of this game. And I am one of those people that have early adopted this. It is already ready to go on the Xbox One. It just has to be released. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it succeeds. It's hard to tell right now because we are still, in that beta phase. But out of the three, I guess what we got: Battleborn, Overwatch, and Paradigm or Paragon.
Paragon.
Yeah, that's the one that I see actually being something. But we'll have to see. Time will tell. Time will tell what this game turns into. Whether it's going to be here for a year, here for 6 months, or the new League of Legends. Who knows?
Yeah, with Battleborn, I want to preface this by saying I'm a big Borderlands 2 fan. So I don't want any objective opinion and whatnot. I'm not a biased opinion. I do love the graphical style of Battleborn. I think that appeals to me because I'm totally into Dark Cloud 2, Borderlands, the cell shading of those games, Dragon Quest for these guys that remember Dragon Quest. That animation style and art style really does appeal to me. Now, as far as gameplay goes, I don't think that any MOBA that's a shooter as well is really going to take the League of Legends spot. It's just so fermented in that spot. I mean, the butt cheek groove in that seat is old enough to vote. There's just no way anything's unseating League of Legends except for League of Legends 2. And there's not even a whisper of that right now because it's doing so well. With Paragon and Overwatch, Paragon looks nice. It's very polished. It's very detail oriented, but it's very basic. There's not a whole lot of features there. There's not a whole lot of upgrades there. You're just picking a character and going, just like a Smite or League of Legends and whatnot. With Battleborn, it's a little bit more in depth because you can equip different things during the fight. You have a lot of upgrades, and you still loot things around you. You still open up chests and get power-ups and whatnot from them, which is kind of fun. It does look like Borderlands 2, but it's a completely different feel. It's a more competitive 3-lane, or in some cases teleport shooter. I like it, but honestly, it's not my type of game. I played it for a little while. I just did not have as much fun as I thought I was going to have with it. And I love Borderlands, but I just can't get into the game. I can't get into MOBAs that well. I don't know if I'm just, not wired for it, or I just don't have that competitive edge in me. But I just can't do it. I know a lot of people that can and love the game, but I'm just not one of them.
I'll be playing that one all the time.
I'll be watching you fail at it all the time.
Fail, play.
Same thing for you.
Pretty much.
Now we're gonna move on to Destiny. Actually, Destiny's April update
Yay!
delivered so far. We're gonna go ahead and go with our resident guardian here, Angry Iceberg. And do you?
I thought you were gonna say me.
Do you think that the Destiny update has provided so far? Now, granted, we've only had it for about 8 to 9 hours. So, do you think it wowed us yet? Do you think there's a lot there? Do you think there's not a lot there? What do you feel about it?
It definitely didn't wow us. Okay, and you know that I'm I'm definitely the biggest Destiny fanboy of this group. But I mean, I am definitely a big Destiny fanboy, and no, it did not wow us. I think there is stuff to do, on a casual basis. This is very much a casual content drop. This is for the casual, from beginning to end, all of it. Okay, there was some Crucible changes which will help with the competitive side of it, especially like Trials of Osiris and your Iron Banner and all those things. But and there are things to do. There are things that there's more activities now, but it's all very easy to get through very quickly. It's not going to be one of those things that for somebody like me who plays this, 40 to 50 hours a week, it's really not going to fill up all that time with unique content. Here's the thing is that the biggest problem that I've found with this DLC, and I've had fun with it today. I played it, pretty much. I did play it from when it released, as soon as I got it downloaded up until the podcast. And it is fun. The DLC is fun. The equipment you get is fun. There's a lot to like. I think the biggest problem is that you level up too quickly. I mean, it's very possible. I mean, I started out this morning with my 320. Actually, my 319. We'll say my 319 Titan is now a 332 Titan with 3 pieces of 335 gear. I heard. I mean, this was maybe 4 hours ago. I heard of somebody that already reached 335.
Yep,
with a
within
character.
2 hours. Within 2 hours of the update.
And one of the big things about this game is is really the grind to achieve max light level, and it just seems like it's going to be too easy with this content drop. Now, if you are the type that you're going to try to get all your gear to 335, that's a completely different story. But some people, they feel like their end game is 335. But Whne in chat is making a great point. It was great for the price, which was free.
Free.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely free, which brings up a different point, but I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, I mean, like, as far as the content, I was hoping for something that was going to last us, or at least get us through the summer, kind of like House of Wolves did. There was enough content there that it got us through there. It was challenging enough. But the point is, the fact of the matter is, the challenge mode for Prison of Elders, and I'm not talking about the level 41 Prison of Elders, I'm talking about the challenge mode, which is where you get the good gear in the Prison of Elders, is not challenging. It is not challenging at all. It does not make you nervous. It doesn't make you sweat. It's so easy. When I first did it, we went in there, and of course, I kind of misunderstood exactly what we were doing at the very beginning, what the point of it was. But once we kind of figured out what the point of it was just like, oh, okay, this is easy. And we just kind of blew right through it. And, we got our rewards and whatnot, which were good rewards. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know. And again, they had a quest line, which was fairly quick. The new strike, the brand new strike, is fairly interesting. It's different. It actually has some neat mechanics for the boss fight, which make it challenging. But it was also the Nightfall today or this week. It's also the Nightfall this week, which makes it even more challenging. Yeah. But then again, once we kind of figured out a little bit of a strategy, we got it first try. Once we figured out our strategy, so it's it is good. Like I said, it's good for the price. And it does add content, but I don't think it's going to be the boon that somebody like me, who's a Destiny streamer, was really hoping it would be. It definitely won't be that. Now, the one thing I want to kind of bring up with the whole free thing is something that kind of upsets me. Now, mind you, I own both consoles, but the whole exclusive, the exclusive contract that they have with PlayStation over some of the, some exclusive content was carried into this free DLC. And I think that was, maybe a little bit unnecessary, that we needed, exclusive content in a free DLC. There's a specific sniper rifle that's, exclusive content. And so I don't know. Obviously, I don't know the details of the contract that Bungie signed with Sony, but I think it's just kind of silly. I don't know if it's going to be one of those guns like the Four Horsemen that nobody really cares about, really, or the strikes that PlayStation got that really aren't that good to begin with.
Right.
And so, and actually made me happy once I played them on the PlayStation that I didn't have to play them on the Xbox. Because they just weren't fun. So, but I mean, that sniper rifle, again, I haven't played with it. I haven't talked to anybody that I do know somebody that does have one, already has one, but I haven't really had a chance to play with it all that much. I don't know how good it's going to be, or how important it's going to be on the PlayStation 4 as far as it's almost certainly not going to be important for PvP, but as far as how fun it's going to be for PvE content.
Right.
Yeah, but I just think it's kind of unnecessary. But again, there's a lot of custom cosmetic changes that are interesting. One of the things people were really concerned about was being pay to win. And one of the things I was like, well, you might not even get legendary marks from dismantling this stuff, and you don't get legendary marks.
No.
You get the chroma. You have a chance of getting the
Shader?
boost to your faction. The boost to your faction rep, which is, but I don't know, exactly how well that works. I haven't really used it at all, but yeah. So overall, I enjoy playing the content, but I'm afraid it's probably not going to be something that's going to keep the Destiny directory on Twitch strong throughout the summer.
I definitely agree with that. I'll have more to say, but Monsterous Rage, want to go ahead and go?
Yeah, I mean, you've covered pretty much everything. In terms of the pay to win scenario, that's just not there, as you said. I did spend $10 of actual real world money to buy a couple of those boxes that came with it. And again, people, it's not pay to win at all. You still have to have your old gear. It still has to be leveled up. Sure, you can transfer that now to your new gear without losing any light level, but you still have to put in the work to increase yourself. So it's not going to help anybody get better at Destiny. It's really just a cosmetic overhaul on some of the character player skins. And you can glow now. You can glow.
Yeah,
you can glow, people. You can glow different colors.
It is
but yeah,
cool glow though.
I
It
will
is
admit
pretty cool
it is
glow.
pretty cool glow. It is. I'm glowing 3 different colors actually. But yeah, it's free, so there's really no point in complaining about it. Never complain about stuff that you get for free, people. Never.
Yeah.
Never do it. But yeah, the pay to win scenario just isn't there. It's not there. They made sure of it. As Angry said, you're not getting bonuses to dismantling these weapons. Anything that's substantial, anyway. Basically, small little trinkets. What is it, like the 30-minute bonuses to certain levels that you're doing?
It's 2 hours actually. It's a 2 hour
2 hours.
faction
Okay.
bonus.
Okay, so 2 hour bonus to your group.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So play it, guys. Play it. I'm going to continue to play it. I'm probably going to jump back into it this week. But VT Miner also stated, it seems to cater to the casual players, more easier to max out their light level. Yeah, the strikes and the raids and all that sort of stuff, I'm sure, are a lot easier now that you can do it without worry of being killed. I haven't done it myself yet, but if Angry says it's easy, then you know what, I'm gonna trust him on that. But play the game, guys. Play the game.
Yeah.
Stop listening. Play the game. Play the game.
Yeah, it's absolutely free content, so you can't exactly judge it with an iron hammer. We paid absolutely nothing for this. But Bungie is making a lot of money off of this because people coming in and buying that $10 pack of silver in order to get those treasure boxes first day want to be the first one with all those glowy bits.
Oh man, there was so many people I saw in the tower with all of the Taken armor, the whole set. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. When it comes to the casual side of it, I completely agree. This is an update to bring casual people back to Destiny and keep them coming back on a weekly basis. Because those boxes drop on a weekly basis. The first time you do the Prison Elders on 260, you get that treasure box once a week on reset day. So it's definitely to get those people that are level 40 but aren't ready to raid yet, keep them coming back into Prison Elders, maybe grind out some 330 gear and whatnot, and that might get them interested in the raid. As far as the looks of the armor and the shaders and whatnot, it looks dope. I like the armor sets. It looks amazing. The glows are kind of cool. I haven't put any glows on yet, but that looks pretty interesting. I might do that this evening or tomorrow.
Do you want to glow? Do you want to glow? Do you want to see a glow?
Do you wanna see a glow, man? Okay. That was Frozen for you. Disney, don't take me down. But it's free. Now, challenge mode for the raid I did watch, and it looks completely too easy. They did not increase the level of difficulty on the raid.
Yeah, there's no increased challenge. No increased challenge at all.
But they increased the light level from what you get. So there's a little bit of concern there. They're going to make the hard raid pretty easy at this point, because I know people that can run it, 4 or 5 times a day, no sweat. Now they're going to be able to run it 6 or 7 times a day or 8 times a day and just grind out raid runs left and right and up and down. But that's almost needed at this point because raid engagement is so low that Bungie really needs to get people into that raid. And I think that's why the cutoff point was only 260 in order to get to Prison Elders, to get that 320, 330 gear. So that might be why they put it so low. What else gave me the update? The PvP stuff I'm not really into. I'm not a big PvP guy. But some of the changes that they made to some of the classes I like. I don't like the fact that I get reduced sniper ammo in PvP, but I can deal with that. And the fact
I would say that I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think that for PvP I think it's okay. For PvE I think it's a negative. I don't think that PvP should affect PvE. I think it should be 2 separate. I mean, if you're in a PvE encounter, if you're in a PvE event, you should not. I mean, they're restricting PvE because of PvP, and that should not happen.
Yeah, it is a case that PvP is affecting PvE. Icebreaker is no longer really a meta for PvP anymore. Thank God.
Well, it hasn't been. I mean, just because of year 2, but I mean, you still. The only reason why people were using it over the last several weeks is because of the change that they made, and they've reverted the change back. But again, it's still, we don't know how it's going to affect this weekend's Trials of Osiris, and it may still come back in the middle rounds instead of at the beginning.
Yeah, it's true. So. Good.
Well, no, I take that back, because it won't, because you can't transfer or change weapons and keep your ammo. So it won't. Yeah, it's not gonna be a part of it anymore.
I thought you could do that. Oh wait, no, you can't. You can't do that anymore. They already denounced that. I did forget about that. I thought you could actually switch from your icebreaker out, but you can't do that anymore because they killed your ammo. Yeah. What other things happened with the Destiny update? The story mission, like you explained, I haven't done it yet, but I watched somebody do it. It's pretty simple, straight to the point. Takes less than an hour to do, maybe 45 minutes, maybe, to go ahead and get that done. And
because you have to do. Well, yeah, it doesn't take very long. I mean, you have to do a little bit of collection stuff. The first mission is really easy. You do some collection stuff. Then you have to go essentially do the strike. I mean, it doesn't take very long, but you get a really dope sword. I really thought it was going to be harder to get the sword, but whatever.
Yeah, you get the 320 Taken sword, which does look pretty dope, by the way.
Let's get that sword.
Yeah, yeah. Let's jump in after the podcast and get the sword. Why not? There you go. We will be going to the last topic of the evening. Is free to play model best for gaming? And I'm talking like microtransactions, DLCs and whatnot. This kind of ties in with Destiny with the new Eververse store item, the treasure box, of course. A lot of people paying money for that. So I wanted to kind of revisit this topic a little bit and how microtransactions could be beneficial to games, but also could really hinder gaming. Let's go and start with Monsterous Rage.
That's a double-edged sword. I hate microtransactions. I've really hated it. I've hated it ever since it's been implemented like 10 years ago. I hate it. I hate it. But it is the world we live in, and I can't get away from it. So I just have to deal with it. Free-to-play stuff, that's fine. Pay-to-win stuff, get rid of it. If you want to make your character look pretty and you want to spend real money to do that, who am I to stop you from doing that? But if you can go and buy a gun that I take 15 hours to farm to get, and you can spend $2 and unlock it, it ticks me off a bit. And I don't like that aspect of it. In the terms of like financial thing, corporations love this because they're getting you to spend $60 to $80 on a brand new game, and then they know you're gonna probably spend an extra $30 or $40 on top of that if you're a dedicated fan. So they have successfully found a way to leech more money off of us. Yay! Yeah, I hate microtransactions, but like I said, it's the way of the world. It's the way we are now. It's not just in gaming; it's in everything. So it's here to stay, people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go in the corner and cry.
Bye. All right, Angry Iceberg. How you
No,
feel,
I think he said it right. I mean, I'm not so much against microtransactions unless. The big problem I have with microtransactions is if they purposefully withhold content because of it. Stuff that we should really have. But again, like I said, it's something that's really ingrained into the gaming industry now. I don't see any way that we're going to get away from it. I think in some respects, if it is a free-to-play game, I think that's where it belongs. Yeah. I think, I don't mind paying for, the development of new DLC for a game I really enjoy. But what I don't want to do is pay for development of a game I've already paid development for. Does that make sense? So yeah. I don't want to have to be double dipped. So that's kind of my big thing.
Yeah, you don't want to have to pay for a microtransaction and then 2 months later I have to pay $30 for a DLC.
Yeah. And like, for example, like with Destiny today, they released all those new emotes. It was one of those things where it's nothing that's going to really affect the game. It's something that you don't necessarily have to to play the game. You definitely don't have to have it to play the game. It's just an added thing. If it goes to help keep the game being developed and going strong, I'm all for it. I'll admit I bought like all the emotes. Don't judge.
Of course you did.
Don't judge.
I'm not judging, man. You know what I buy. It's all good. I'm not judging.
We all spent money in the Eververse store today, okay? We all did.
So
we all did.
And so I'm okay with that. I really am. I really don't have a problem with it. But yeah, like I said, we're getting stuff held back from us that we shouldn't be getting held back. That's kind of where I draw the line. That's where I can't forgive a company for doing something like that. I think that's shady. I think it's manipulative and unfortunately,
cash.
Yeah, I think it's something that we're not going to see the end of anytime soon. But hopefully, we can be smart enough to identify it and avoid it when it does happen.
Emotes is the identifier, by the way. When you pay for all them emotes.
That's when you know.
Hey, you're still gonna buy the fall DLC too.
Oh yeah, I'll be still buying the fall DLC. Yeah, no doubt, man.
There you go.
No doubt, dude. No doubt. But I mean,
it's never.
But I mean, if it keeps them in business, and if it keeps them, like I said, it keeps the game going that I love, man. I'm, whatever.
And
But
there's
that's where I
difference
run
there.
in. Sorry, I just want to bring this one last thing up. As a variety broadcaster, that's the biggest problem for me, is that every game now has DLC, has microtransactions somewhere implanted within it, and it is really just gouging me for money.
Yeah.
Um, every single purchase, I know that there's going to be an extra $40 for every single game because DLC is going to eventually come out and I'm going to have to eventually play it. So now obviously I don't have to buy it, but when I'm streaming variety I have to buy it. So I just rather them make part one and then make part two instead of part one and four little mini parts and then part two and then four little mini parts. Just make complete games and sell them to me. That's all I want.
You should tell that to Square Enix for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that won't happen. They make too much money off. Yeah, that remake, eh? Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway.
it's got so many people hot under the collar, dude. So many people.
Yeah.
But microtransactions aren't going anywhere. That's just the state of gaming we're in right now because nobody wants to pay $80 for a game, and that's basically where we're at right now. Games haven't seen a price increase in about 15 years, and to subsidize their money, they're doing microtransactions instead of hiking the price of the game to $80. So that's pretty much what we're stuck with now. As far as Destiny's microtransactions go, yeah, Activision could be a little bit nicer and maybe make it a chance for some emotes to drop in hard mode raid or something, or in Trials, or Iron Banner even, but they're not going to. They want you to buy that. It's purely cosmetic, so you always have a choice, but you do want to be as cool as Angry Iceberg and you want to get those emotes, so. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go with the beard, guys. Gotta go with the beard.
No, man, there's some great. You gotta have that Elaine dance. I don't care what you say. You have to have that Elaine dance.
I gotta say that twitching emote. I'm so tempted to pick that one up.
Hey, look, I'm on
Twitch twitching.
But as a whole, we're not gonna see microtransactions go anywhere anytime soon unless they hike the price of games up, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to pay $85, $90 for a single title that they might like.
Sure.
With DLCs and whatnot, that's to be expected because they want to push out the game before they develop all of it. So they have their main story and whatnot, and then they bring in that add-on content and develop it later. That's what we see with Bungie. Destiny does that, as well as games like Witcher 3, games like Call of Duty, where they don't have all the maps done yet, so they develop the maps with the income that they get and the revenue stream that they get from the game. So, I mean, that's the way it is right now. Is there a future in it? Unfortunately, yes. I don't see it going anywhere, and honestly, it really shouldn't go anywhere. Because, say, if you do play a game for 60, 80 hours over a course of a month, why not spend that $5, $10 in that microtransaction to kind of help support that community and support that game in order to maybe drop the price of a DLC? Or, in Destiny's case, get that free content update that we want. So, I don't really see a problem in it, but it's not going away. Yeah, I said anyway.
Yeah, sure.
I said a-way. Anyway. But yeah, anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think I've covered my hatred for microtransactions. Angry, you?
Yeah. Like I said, I've always felt that, of course, I've always been a sucker for microtransactions in games. Let me just say it this way: if anybody knows the game Combat Arms or is familiar with it. I was you remember this, platinum user in that game, a platinum player. Okay. And platinum was based on how much money I spent in that game. For a game that I haven't played in 5-6 years. Yeah. So, I'm glad I got away from it because I was stupid addicted to that crap, to that game. And they had all these great little sales. Oh my God. And then after a while, you're like, oh my God, I just spent that much money. And so, for anybody who knows what a platinum user is, it's just stupid.
Well, that's a perfect example right here. I'm looking at 42 games that are in physical cases right now. And if you do the math, $10 per game.
That's $420.
That's $420 right there just in DLC stuff, just in add-on stuff.
And that's
just in stuff
cheap add-on. That's cheap add-on stuff.
That's
too.
cheap. That's cheap. So that's not my issue. It's just it's gouging. It's just gouging the consumer, and I don't like it.
Yeah. And speaking of DLC and whatnot, Fallout 4's DLC came out today too. Yep, their survival DLC came out today.
More money.
Yep. Goodbye, Monsterous Rage's bank account. It's okay. I have it for PS4. I'm probably gonna get it myself. I've been meaning to get back in Fallout actually, but
So I'm a good painter. I'm just throwing that out there. Anybody need rooms painted? Because I obviously am gonna start needing some cash.
Yeah. You're gonna have to show a little leg on that Canadian corner of yours. Hopefully a nice lovely moose walks by for you.
Hey, I got maple syrup. Maple syrup.
All right. Well, that actually wraps it up for this evening. So I'm going to go around the room and please let them know where they can find you, when they can find you there, and what they can find you doing when you're there. We'll go and start with Monsterous Rage.
Yeah, I'm Monsterous Rage. I'm at Monsterous Rage. Twitch TV/Monsterous Rage. I play everything on PlayStation 4, Wii U, Xbox One, PC, eventually Nintendo next. But everything but sports games is pretty much what I play. If it's out, chances are I'm playing it. Come on by, hang out, shoot the shit with us. It's not PG there. Just understand that. For anybody that's got those virgin ears, I can be a little vocal over there. So come on by. But we also do a podcast on Friday nights, myself and DeFitster, called Fits of Rage, Friday Night Ramblings. That's every Friday night. I'm here every Tuesday night, and I'm on my channel the rest of the week. Come on by.
There. Angry Iceberg.
Well, I am Angry Iceberg on Twitch, a daily Destiny streamer. I'm on every single day, as the name would apply, daily Destiny streamer. You can find me generally during the week at 6 p.m. Eastern start time. On the weekends, I do start earlier based on my work schedule. Usually I try to get on about 2 o'clock Eastern. But if to find out what my schedule is going to be for a day, I usually post on there well in advance onto Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/angry_iceberg. You can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/theangryiceberg. I also am on YouTube at Angry Iceberg TV, all one word. I'm also now on Instagram. I don't really post much there, but I mean, if you want to follow me there, that'd be great too. At Angry_Iceberg on Instagram. But again, every single day doing Destiny, mostly PvP help or PvE help stuff. Like the raid, we always try to help people get through the raid. We love taking first timers to the raid and helping them out, explaining the mechanics of it and helping them do that. Also now with the Prison of Elders challenge mode, not that it's that challenging, but if you want to come and play it and you want some help, we'll help you with that. And any other PvE content, we'll try to help you if we can, if we have a schedule for it. But primarily a lot of raiding, because that's what a lot of people need. But we do some PvP stuff like during Iron Banner and that sort of thing like that. In the future, I do plan on expanding out to other games, from time to time. And I do occasionally play other games from time to time. But most of the time, it is just Destiny. Other than that, that's all I got to right now. So yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. You can find all the information directly in my info panels on my page, all the social media stuff. You can join the clan, all that stuff on Angry Iceberg or twitch.tv/angry_iceberg. There you go.
And I am KDX Gaming, Twitch stream dedicated to helping you in game and in life. I do a lot of Borderlands content. I do One Life to Live runs Monday through Friday. So if you want to learn the finer points of Borderlands 2, you can always come on by and check that out. We are running a Twitch Helps Twitch this month where we donate all the funds that I receive all month long. At the end of the month, we donate all that money to a random small stream and try to get them some of the hardware, software that they might like. So, yeah, that is the podcast for this evening. I'd like to thank the Canadian Cue Ball, Monsterous Rage, the Bearded Charmer, and Living Emoji, Angry Iceberg, and I am KDX Gaming. Always here to urge you to keep calm and don't be Canadian.
What? Okay.
That bad.